Howdy there, I'm that indie games guy, and if you're here, then you're exactly like me. You love indie games and want to know what games will be coming out in the future. Or if you're watching this from the future, games that have already been released. This video, I'll explore a whole list of indie games that are set to be released shortly. These could be games you've already wishlisted, or unknown gems. Let me know in the comments below if you like the look of any of these games, and let the video commence. This week we have some amazing releases, and to start off the list we have Enshrouded, a survival action RPG that sees you as the Flameborn, the last ember of the hope of a dying race. You'll awaken to a land that has been plagued by a corrupting fog, stopping any joy in the world. It'll be down to you to rid the land of the fog and bring the kingdom back to its old ways. Explore forgotten ruins, long-lost cities, and the ever-sprawling desert as you take on the quest to help the land. The game can be played solo, or you can invite up to 16 players to join the server and play together. That's a lot of people, and I can imagine a Discord call would be pretty chaotic, but it would be rather fun if you had multiple groups join a single server to work together when the time requires it. In normal survival game fashion, you'll start the game with nothing but rags around you, and you'll need to gather the essentials to survive. Build a settlement for you and your group, but while exploring, you might come across NPCs who wish to live with you. Make sure you build them a house so you can unlock powerful boosts and allies within your base. We're going to roll into the next game now, which is Go Mecha Ball, a twin-stick shooter with heavy emphasis on ramming into your foes instead of running away from them. You'll need to explore 4 different worlds to conquer Go Mecha Ball, but the game won't be a simple pick up and mecha go. This is a roguelike, so each time your run will be completely different. You'll need to unlock the power of 4 different mechs, each with their own abilities and quirks. It'll be down to you to figure out which works better for your fighting style. Do you sit from the back and shoot your way through, or do you go and become the wrecking ball and smash into everything that you see? Soar above the chaos by boosting up ramps, bounce off bumpers, or ride the updraft from giant fans, adding a layer of dynamic movement to your chosen strategy. I'm really looking forward to becoming one with the ball and raining down death from above in this one. Up next we have an RPG which will be releasing into early access. This is Unforetold Witchstone, a turn-based RPG sandbox which allows all of your actions to have consequences, as the world of fate will only be cleared once you've shown them the way. The world is alive. Each person you meet will not just be an NPC that walks back and forth. They're a living person within this world. Some people have families, own land and shops, and much more, as each action you take will no doubt have a reaction to somebody else. You might decide to help someone who was hurt. They run home and tell of this hero who helped them. It turns out that the wife of this person you saved was a shop owner who will now give you a discount. It's all connected. You don't have to journey alone in this world. You'll be able to recruit any NPCs you see along the way, help them and give them what they desire, and they'll look towards joining your group as you adventure together. Your player will be built around old school tabletop rules. You'll create a backstory for them, a reason for being in this land in the first place, and much more as you create a unique adventure just for you. Now I know what you're going to say, this is definitely not an indie game, but I had to include it as it is just one of my favourite series of all time. This is Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney Trilogy. The game is an anime detective visual novel that will have you shouting "Objection!" at everything that you see once you've finished playing the game. Objection! Join rookie attorney Apollo Justice and his mentor, the legendary Phoenix Wright, in this collection of 3 games. The title features 16 different episodes, which for the very first time will include every single game and the previous DLC that had been released all in one game. The games play out by something horrible happening, and it'll be down to you to collect evidence and use it at the correct time during the trial to successfully detain the correct person. I'm sure most of you have seen a clip or a meme of the objection saying. It's so iconic after all. The way that it works is that when you see through someone's lie in the case, you slam your hands down as hard as you can and object the statement. This is just a really fun series that doesn't take itself seriously, as you'll complete cases that you would never have dreamed of in the first place. I would highly recommend the other games that have been released, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Mad World: Age of Darkness is taking inspiration from the classics in this brand new MMORPG. You and friends will need to venture out into this grotesque world to take down formidable bosses, but it won't always be happy, as the very same friends who's just helped you could stab you in the back in this world of despair, worry and madness. The visual art style is something new within the world of MMORPGs, and I was originally not sure how I feel about it, but after a while, I've come around and believe it could work brilliantly. It doesn't always need to be third person and 3D, this 2D game will have us wowed at the lands that we get to look at. Classes don't exist in this world either. The way that it works is that it all comes down to the weapon you choose to wield. All the skills will then need to be unlocked to truly master the weapon, but worry not, if you get a bit bored you can always switch the weapon out to try something new. In all fantastic MMORPGs, boss fights are remembered and often become nightmares due to the difficulty. Mad World will have a number of giant sized bosses that I'm sure we'll all be pulling our hair out over, so let's all get the group together and see whether we can take this one down. Ever wanted to become a writer but never had the time to create 300 plus pages worth of content? Well, maybe you should play Writer's Rush instead, a single player writer simulator that'll have you become one of 24 writers. You'll need to create a book that becomes the best seller and ensure that you take the #1 spot by the end. It'll be down to you to decide what the book will be about, as you choose the beginning, the middle and the end of the story. It doesn't end there though, as you'll now need to answer letters from your adoring fans and maybe team up with a rival writer to give yourself the boost that you need to take down the big dogs at the top. Writer's Rush seems like the ideal pick up and play game. The story will be picked by you and the main hook of the game is that it's a competition at the end of the day. No one wants to lose at a game, so make sure you make the very best story that you can. It's time to take golf to the next level in Disaster Golf, a fast-paced take on golf that will have you shouting 4 more times than Happy Gilmore. Experiment with many combinations of natural disasters to navigate the ball through its wild and diverse courses as fast as you can. The game doesn't require you to have any knowledge of anything golf related, only that the ball goes in the hole at the end, so don't worry, you won't be using clubs during this game. Instead, you'll be summoning meteors through the sky to get the ball rolling, or probably flying after the aftershock. Disaster Golf will feature multiple different biomes for you to destroy. You won't be golfing around a normal 18-course green. Take to the sandy beaches, as the ball can only end up in the sand that way. Enter into volcanoes that have lava flowing through them, and much more. The game has been developed by an undergraduate class, and I just find that absolutely awesome. We have some really talented developers that are just about to start on their journey, and all I can say is I really do hope the best for you. Now we move along from golf to archery in One Fine Tourney, a casual single player archery puzzle game with over 40 handcrafted target challenges. Embark on archery escapades across a whimsical world following the adventures of 5 different protagonists. You'll be put through your paces as the levels start from just the normal simple hit the target challenge. As the levels get harder, so do the scenarios that you're getting thrown into, as all of a sudden you're now fighting dragons, being chased on horseback, and even playing medieval basketball. This game will have you questioning why Robin Hood wasn't this cool. You'll be able to interact with the locals as you travel from quest to quest. Find out more about the people of this land in a cozy environment that will no doubt pique your interest. Core Devourer is a sci-fi action bullet hell roguelike in which you'll hunt down hordes of droids, absorb their cores and become the strongest cybernetic being. Unlock powerful weapons with unique effects that will either help you get through the hordes, or it could be the end of your little robot life. You'll need to move around the map to avoid being cornered by wave after wave of robots trying to take your life. You'll need to collect drop weapons that will define the run that you've started. As we all know with bullet hells, if we don't get the upgrade that we're looking for, it normally spells the end of this run and we'll move on to the next one. Hopefully you do find the correct weapon. Core Devourer is encouraging you to break the game. Build the ultimate killing machine that the game actually can't deal with, so you can officially say that you completed this one. And so with that ends our list. Sorry, I've got no more for you this week, but thank you so much for watching until the end. I really do hope that you enjoy your week and any games that you play during that time, and I'll catch you all next time.